The things that I achieved, and it's funny, I will start off by saying that like my initial goals were like very, very physical appearance based. And like I wanted to lose, wanted to lose 25 pounds and I wanted to be super fit and like be able to wear a crop top. And like they were all very much like about how I looked. And it's really shifted in the last little while. The really cool thing that I realized in the last few weeks after being in the program for 4 months is like the eating habits and like healthy eating habits that I've developed and like just being really like listening to my hunger cues and like stopping eating when I'm full instead of like it's delicious and you just want to keep eating. Like all of these kind of things that I've worked so hard on really, really mindfully for 3 months have just kind of, they're just in my brain now. And my last weigh-in, I was convinced that I had gained weight because I wasn't thinking about things so actively anymore. And I was like, I've fallen off the rails. I did it. I failed. Here I go. Everything I worked for 3 months is going to be gone. And then I did my measurements and I did my weigh-in and I had still lost weight and I had still lost inches. And I was like, oh, I think this is the point where like, this is just part of my life now. It's not about completely restricting and cutting things out, which is something that I really learned through this program as well, which I was very grateful for because I still really like chips. But it's just about kind of, developing those habits. And like even at Halloween, we had a huge bowl of chocolate sitting on the table. And there were nights when I like walked past it. I didn't touch it, which was huge for me because otherwise that would be like me grabbing 5 candy bars and like eating them all in one go. It just is consistency and just kind of like being really, really mindful about it in the beginning, but then it turns into, as they say, it takes 3 weeks to build a new habit, and it's just has
Or
stopped
more,
being
I would
such a thing.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to give you props for that, Kat, because you are so consistent. You do what you're supposed to do, but you show up, you ask for help, and that's really what makes people successful. So I know that that's why you've been successful, because you're doing the work.
One of my goals when I first started was to be able to do 5 full push-ups because I always did push-ups on my knees. So then I was being sneaky and I was like still just doing my push-ups on my knees. And when I had a check-in a couple weeks ago with Anne, she was like, well, how many knee push-ups can you do? I was like, well, I did 18 in my last fitness assessment. And she was like,
Yeah.
maybe try a full one. Like, okay. So I did. And, I was able to do during 2 sets of push-ups, they weren't all full, but I did 2
Yeah.
full push-ups and then I did 10 more on my knees. And it was just like, I can't do it. This is awesome. I would say just go for it and invest in yourself. And, you know, it is work in the beginning and you need to really make sure that you're staying consistent. But when you stick to it, you start to see the payoff. And like I said, I'm not constantly thinking about it. Like it's just become a part of my life and it's so worth it.